It is so gorgeous to see Brother Bill DiFazio this evening, who has been through hell and is with us, and I really want to give him some moments. And I think, come on, this really deserves a little spiritual fervor. Brother, can you move the mic? Yeah. So watch your foot. Watch your foot. Watch your foot. Here we go.
Got it.
Okay, turn me around over here.
Of course.
Okay, thank you. I don't know if you can hear me. I'll speak as loud as I can. I'm usually good at being loud. I've been a loudmouth since I was a baby, and I continue to be a loudmouth. But I'll wait until
We're gonna get your mic.
one of my friends. See, friends and enemies very important to me because I'm very political. Friends and enemies. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Friends and enemies are very important to me because I'm very political. And if you're political, what you always know is that you have enemies. And I'm very happy to say that I have one of my favorite enemies sitting right in front of me, Mitchell Cohen.
Yay! Right on. Tell truth. He is the enemy.
If you don't believe he's your enemy, take your foot, slam it in a door, and say it doesn't hurt.
Right. That's right.
Because this is an enemy.
And the enemy
This is somebody we don't want here. I would disinvite him if he'd listen to me, but I know he won't. He never listens to me.
Listen to anything.
And I don't blame him for not listening to me, because I'm his enemy. It's not because I'm Sicilian. It's not because I'm Sicilian that he's my enemy. But if you're Sicilian, you understand politics from the date of your birth. And so I know who my enemies are, and I know that Russell Elliott Dale, I probably got it wrong, is my friend. I know that Sheila Hanamaka is my friend. So I'll just leave it at that. If you think you have no enemies, you're not political.
That's right.
It's very simple. It's basically said for the first time in Machiavelli's The Prince that I know of. But it just seemed to come out of my everyday life. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about healthcare because I just spent 9 months in healthcare institutions. And I'm not poor. I don't want you to think I'm poor. I've never been poor a day in my life. I've spent a lot of time with poor people. I spent 4 years with poor people as a young snicker, with people like Rap Brown and people like James Foreman, and the proudest moments of my life with people like Ella Baker. Ooh, I forgot to say Miss Ella Baker. Because she would wring my neck if I just called her Ella Baker. Because I was a little pissant, and she taught me how to be political, among other people. So I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud that I met those people. Probably the person who was really most important was James Foreman. And James Foreman, after all the whites were thrown out of SNCC, helped me organize 2 campuses. And in both of those campuses, we took over the president's office, and in both of those campuses, we won.
Where?
The students won. I was everywhere. We were everywhere. I was not at an elite school, though. I come from working class people. My father's a longshoreman. I wrote my best book about longshoremen. People who load and unload ships. That book's out of print. Can't get that book. But I do want to speak about healthcare in the United States a little bit. And then I'm going to speak a little bit about City Watch, and then I'm finished. Again, I'm not poor. I had better health coverage than probably almost everybody in the hospitals I was in. I was in NYU for 4 months. Felt like 4 years, but 4 months. And I was in Cobble Hill rehab for 5 months. Felt like 10 years. You get terrible care. They yell at you if you ask for care. At NYU I had great doctors. I won't tell you I didn't. After all, I was the kid with necrotizing fasciitis. Every day they told my wife that I was going to die. And my daughter came up from Georgia with funeral clothes because she was sure she was coming for a funeral. And somehow, I'm looking for my wife.
Here she is.
Somehow my wife got me through it. But the care was expensive and terrible in general. And I was treated special at NYU because I was the miracle boy who survived necrotizing fasciitis, flesh-eating bacteria, 5% chance of survival. And I survived it and they treated me that, but no one else but the doctors and a few of the nurses treated me well. The rest of them treated me like anybody else. And the truth of healthcare is everybody has to be treated special. Now, I'm Italian, and I'm very proud of this thing about being Italian. The thing I'm proud of is that in Italy, you probably get the best care in the world. Not the best medicine. They don't have the best medicine. They give you the most care. Those good nuns give you great care. And care is very important in survival. There was something else that went on. 2 different groups of people came all the time. The people I went to junior high school with, that I played toys with, came regularly. And the other people, I don't want to cry, were Take Back. Take Back came regularly. I put Take Back in my last book, which just came out, called The Jobless Future. I put them in my last book and the book before that because I think Take Back is a model of how to do politics in the 21st century. It's a model. It's an amazing thing. And every time I saw Gwen, there were lots of other people, but I'm going to pick on Gwen. Every time I saw Gwen, I almost cried because I was so happy to see her. So, you know, we're special. And we have to know how special we are. That if we should lose this struggle, it is the end of alternative news in New York City, maybe in the United States. And we might lose, because they will do anything, and we will not do anything.
And they have done.
They would throw us out of their meeting, but we let this snake stay here.
Maybe you wish we had thrown him out.
I do wish, Ralph, that we threw him out.
No, he has to make his report. Let him.
I don't care if he has to make his report. Okay, it's time for me to go. I don't want to say a nice thing about Mitch Cohen, who was very happy when he saw that I could hardly walk, that he beat me up. So, you know, I don't want to say anything more nasty about Mitch Cohen. I know him for a very long time. You know, I'm going to say one more thing and then I'm finished. If you're born a Sicilian, you learn very early. I think after Mom and Dad, I said rat. Thank you very much.